G'day guys, today we're going flying. How cool is that? Middle of wet season. We're going to fly over to Derby, then Derby to Mitchell Plateau, then Mitchell Plateau over to Kalumburu, then Kalumburu to Gibb River Station or Community, then over to Mount Barnett, back to Derby, and then back home to Broome Town. And you're coming along. Cool shed. All the good stuff. Righto, nearly ready to go. Just throwing in a few supplies. We've got to drop off all over the countryside. Could be a good trip. Pilot was tossing up whether to go or not because there's bloody storms everywhere. We've just got to wait for that sun just to come up just a little bit more. Well, just so we can see it, I think. And then we're off. Kalumburu, Mitchell Plateau, Derby. Don't know if we're going to Kandiwal or not. We may do. But we're going in this birdie. Rob the pilot. He reckons we're going to make it. Isn't that right, Rob? There and back. Well, I nearly spilled his bloody coffee over. God, I would have been in trouble then.
No, don't do that.
Okie doke. Sun's just about coming up. And we're out of there. Storms in Derby, he tells me. I've got to go there to get fuel. We'll see what happens. That little area there, Crab Creek and Roebuck Plains, all flooded at the moment. The mighty Fitzroy River. Coming up to high tide over here. Not quite, but getting there. Well, that was pretty cool flight. Just got to get some fuel and we're back off again. Bloody wet out there, isn't it? Heaps of water. Where are we off to next, Rob?
Mitchell Plateau.
Mitchell Plateau. Oh, that should be a nice flight out through there. Awesome scenery. No doubt there'll be some waterfalls. We'll see. Really nice temperature at the moment. Slight breeze. I suppose they just had that big storm just before we left Broome. But Be low 20s, I reckon. Alright, all fueled up and we're ready to go to Mitchell Plateau. This is coming out over Derby. That's a little community just out on the Gibb River Road. Forgotten the name of that. They had a lot of rain, so normally that's just all marsh, but she's all flooded right up both sides. So Derby's pretty much surrounded by water. That flooded river you see down there, quite a high tide too at the moment. That's the May River, so heaps of water in that at the moment. This big, long, skinny river here, famous for the King's Cascades. If you ever get a chance to head up into this area, neck of the woods, definitely check it out. It's awesome. We flew quite close to the Mitchell Falls, but we couldn't go over it for some reason. But here's a photo that was taken about the same time. Pretty awesome. I didn't take this shot. Just coming in to land at Mitchell Falls. We're going to pick up some samples and drop off some stuff here. Won't be there long. There we are at Mitchell Plateau. Just dropping off some bits and pieces. I reckon they haven't had that much rain out here, which is a bit surprising because when you're coming in you think they've had plenty, but Robbo here reckons yeah, not that much. The APT camp share their water with Kandiwal, is the name of the community out here at Mitchell Falls. So we just pulled up to this water tank here and we're going to get a water sample from it, apparently. Just make sure that the community and everything's got good drinking water. That mob was glad to see the plane and dropped off a few supplies to them. Short flight up to Kalumburu next, so looking forward to sussing these rivers out. Well, that was pretty interesting. Pity this bloody camera doesn't pick up things as well as I can see through my bloody eyes. But anyway, this big river coming up to now is the one that goes through Kalumburu. It's the King Edward, and she is fully in flood. So that goes right past Kalumburu community. So for you guys that have ever driven into the Mitchell Falls, you'll know that you've crossed the King Edward River, and there's the King Edward River campground there. Great swimming hole. Awesome place to stop for a couple of days. Oh, welcome to Kalumburu. How was that for a trip in? Absolutely beautiful. Green as, all the waterfalls flowing like an absolute beauty. So we're getting fuel here now. Welcome to Kalumburu. Boys are just fueling the plane up. We only need 50 litres. So it's pretty good. We're going to stop into Derby on the way back too, so no doubt we'll get some more.
I might even crack another one open. So,
Pilot's just going off to drop some supplies and pick up some stuff. So I'm on guard duty. Absolutely beautiful day up here. And it'd be low 20s for sure, not hot at all, just absolutely nice. Really good. They've done this place up a little bit since the last time I flew in here, which was a while ago. Normally we drive in. Right up there, I don't know if you can see those breakers right up there. There's some cool spots up there. And of course, you've got to get permission to go anywhere around here. But as soon as you've done that, there's some great spots to be found. That's a nice little town. It's got a little shop. It's got the permission there where you can pull your camper trailer in there, or your swag, or whatever you want to do. It's all green grass. Nice. Yeah, they got a cop shop here, a big school. Quite a good, there's a lot of arty type people, so a lot of good painters live out here. One particular one is Mary. I can't remember everybody's surname, but she's a really good artist. And you can go in there and you can buy artwork from the gallery there, and they do a really good job. They paint, you know, everything that's around this sort of area. Not too bad. We're off to Gibb River Station and Ngallagunda community. Short flight away. That dirt road down there you can see is the main entrance coming into Kalumburu, and the King Edward River just off to the side there. I sure would love to have my boat up there at the moment. Getting up there fishing in all those rivers are going to be pretty good. Well, there she is, Ngallagunda. a little bit wet. They had quite a bit of rain there in the last couple of days. I think this airstrip here is going to be the one that we're going to need to have a look at. So the pilot was going to fly over it first to see whether it was safe to land and make a decision then. Well, we did a fly around. It looked wet, but there was a section of the strip he thought looked all right. So we were going for it. Gibb River, and she's a bit wet, a little bit.
It's not super soft or anything, it's just a little bit slippery.
It makes it more fun.
Just makes it more fun.
We're meeting Clyde Russ out here. He's lived out here since he was a boy, and his dad started this whole setup out this way many years ago.
11 millimetres of rain last night.
Like that.
But that young Stephen that's there, the Stephen Duane at all? Chris Bob?
Sounds familiar. Actually.
Yeah. He went to Derby. He's supposed to be going on holidays, huh?
Oh yeah.
And he got as far as the Leonard River and he said you couldn't see the bridge at the Leonard.
Oh shit.
So he come back last night to Barnett. This morning I rained and he said that only had 11 millimetres of rain there. So I think the airstrip probably is alright. I'll leave the cells and there's no stock in
We're not going to be too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we've been
Trusty old Suzuki.
even where we are. It's last one of these last. Where did you fly direct from now?
From Kupungarri.
We'll pull up here first, I guess.
Well, we're just the water tank.
Yeah,
So we're just going to get one at the water tank. And that's,
Oh, yeah, I see, that's it.
that's where they're going.
I think I'll have to look back at that sound. It came with the tractor. So you're living where you both stay in Broome, man?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Broome,
Yeah.
And my son comes out here every now and then. His name's Ross.
No.
You know Ross? Yep.
Yeah, Ross.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Oh, yeah, well there you are. That's interesting to know. I remember that then.
Yep.
Yeah, see that came over here this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what the interesting thing is? We've had all this rain, and yet the first rains that hit here about 1st of January, we got 33 millimetres here, and see this creek, it came over just like it came over here, over the top of it. So it must have 200 millimetres up there in one fall at one stage. Oh, John, he works Chris right here.
Hey,
One
mate.
day he's doing the water, taking the water sample.
Oh, right there.
Okay.
Should be right, eh?
Yeah, we'll be right there. These blooming earlier on with about 6 weeks ago. Yeah, you get lots of flying drops.
You're flying boxes.
In the, or you could not see the sky at night, you know, on sundown almost. And they left and now I see they're back again. This morning.
Oh, there. You see him up in the tree.
Yeah, right.
Biggest mobs of flying foxes. Trees are full of them. There's your school.
Yeah, you look at it now, right? Poor old school. Well, we might have this year, hopefully this place will all up and running or back to quite normal again, you know? Yeah, hopefully, yeah. You've got the key here? 2020.
And what was his name?
His name is Fred Russ.
Fred Russ.
R-U-S-S.
Yeah.
That's my surname.
Yep.
And then he was here for the next 65 years.
Wow, that would have been tough going out then.
Yeah, he ran it as a cattle station.
Yep.
But of course, when he first came out, he talked about it a bit, but not a lot. There's still a lot of Aboriginal people in this area.
Yeah.
And slowly they came in. I don't know whether they had to come in forced in. He never spoke about that, but he said, I just set up the place, bought cattle in, and people realised it was easier to get a feed for cattle. Yeah. You know, the meat rather than going out and spearing and stuff. And then slowly the families just moved in and started, you know, multiplying out here. Then,
Yeah.
There is.
Is there?
I'll tell you just now, up this creek here.
Yeah.
Not so long ago, I walked up there, I just went up with it, I took the old 410 up, not just for protection, but snakes and something, you know, but I took it, and I could hear this bloody, like, some funny noises going on, and I thought, what the bloody hell is this? So I snuck up, and then the back of me there's a sow with 5 little piglets, and a dingo circling them.
Oh, there's dingo tracks out on the runway, fresh one.
Yeah, they're bloody bad here, but we haven't done any baiting.
I don't think about
You
it.
enjoy flying?
Don't tell me that.
It's good.
Doesn't he dive and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, no.
Well, it's really nice to meet you.
You as well.
And say good day to me boy the next time he's up here.
I will, definitely.
God, I'd like to sit down next to a campfire and listen to Clyde tell stories about the old days out here. You would have had to been a pretty special people to live out here back in those days. You wouldn't want to have got injured, that's for sure, because it was a bloody long ride to, I suppose, Derby, I suppose. I don't know, yeah, I suppose Derby. Kununurra, maybe. Well, it was only a short, I think it was only bloody 10 minutes in the plane to get over to Mount Barnett, dropping off some stuff and picking up a fella that's been stuck here due to the floodwaters, and he needs a ride back to Derby.
We're not going to be very long anyway.
Well, we unloaded a few supplies and then picked up old mate. He was bloody glad to see the plane, that's for sure. And then it was a short run over to Derby Town. That's the roadhouse of Mount Barnett, or in the community's called Kupungarri. I think that's how you say it. Something like that. Oh, and just over to the right over there is the gorge. Manning Gorge. Manning Gorge Campground. Absolutely awesome spot. Highly put it on your list if you're going to pass through that way. Stay the night or a couple of days. You can walk all the way down the gorge and it's awesome country. I think we're up about 9.5 and flying around these clouds was pretty cool. That river down there, guys, I think it's called the Adcock. So you can go to Adcock Gorge. I think I'm saying that right. But she look pretty flooded down there at the moment. Well, before long we could see Derby in the distance. Had a real fat time flying around up through here in the wet season. Never seen it like that before. Absolutely awesome. Looking forward to travelling up here once it dries out. I reckon all the swimming holes and waterfalls will be pristine condition, I reckon. So put it on your list to get up here and have a suss of it. So we're back in Derby, just getting a little bit of fuel, just dropped off a fella as well, and then we're heading back to Broome town, so it won't be too long. It's a bit warmer here now in Derby. How's the water on the way in, eh? Fucking heaps of it. Oh, I'll catch you. That's the only way to get around this country.
Yes, it's so expensive.
If you guys can hear these birds in this shed. Sounds like they're having a fat time in there. Righto, we're all juiced up, ready to go. Yeah, not too bad. Well, it's about an hour from Derby to Broome, if all goes well. This is the mighty Fitzroy River, low tide at the moment. You might have seen when we were coming the other way, she was right up. Bloody good fishing there. Yoo. That shot there, you're looking straight out into King Sound. On the way into Broome, we had to dodge a heap of storms. These little ones all over the place. Look cool from the air. Home sweet home, Broome town. And there she is, everyone's favourite beach, Cable Beach. Never get sick of looking at that. Look at the colour of that water. Beautiful. There you go, guys. Thank you for flying with the Broome Aviation. Thanks very much, Rob.
No worries.
Awesome job and awesome scenery.
No worries.
Wow, how was that for a trip? I don't know about you guys, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me pay the bills to go out and do all these trips. So if you subscribe, press the bell and you'll be notified of our next mission. Alright, until next time, I'll catch you all up. See you all.